purchased there, I have my distorted guitar and I'm blending in some of the SY-200 with a delay. I'm going to show you exactly how I did that using the power of MIDI. Let's go. Hey, hope you're doing well. So first of all, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. But, you know, if you're watching this later in June, same thing, just for this year. So I have my SY-200 set up on my board here with my GT-1000 core, and I'm going to show you guys how to set up and utilize the PC and control change messages in the GT-1000 to take control of the SY-200. So of course you can use other controllers to plug straight into the SY-200 and do it that way. So all of these ideas can be taken from this and utilized in other options. First of all, I'll explain what's happening here and then I'll show you how to set it up. So I have my guitar going through an overdrive and the new 1987 Steel Panther pedal, which is mad, and that's going through the SY-200 and into a clean amp in the core. So the synth level on the SY-200 is being blended on top of that, so this distortion is pre the SY-200. That way the effects in there aren't going into a distorted amp and getting kind of more gross. So that's the sound of the guitar, and now I've got a pad loaded up. I'm going to blend that in, and the delay is going to turn on with that. Pretty cool, right? With this type of thing, the possibilities are endless. So this is not the only way to do it. This is just an idea for you. So over here in your GT-1000 or GT-1000 core, in my case, I'm using the core, come across to your control assigns, assign settings, and now here, all I've got is a CC message and a PC message. I'm also using the expression pedal here on number 7, which is turning on and off the master delay. So let's look at the control change message first. So I'm using the expression pedal. Now, like I said, you can plug an expression pedal straight into the SY-200 and control it that way. I'm going into my core and I'm sending a message through the core across to the SY-200. So what I'm doing on this one, so control change, edit, it's all the way down the bottom. Just click the MIDI option there. You want to click MIDI CC, so control change. The source is my expression pedal and I want it to be momentary because I want it to blend in and blend out. I'm not turning things on and off. Page 2, now that page I left that exactly as it is. And page 3, this is where the magic happens. I have my SY-200 set up on MIDI channel number 10, so I've changed that to number 10. And the control change number for the effect level is number 19. Now I have not mucked with that in my SY-200, that is just how it came stock. I would definitely recommend checking yours, but that was how it was. The minimum value is 0, so that means there's no effect, and the maximum value is 64. Now 64, that takes the effect level to halfway. So why is it 64 and not 50? Now remember that MIDI goes from 0 up to 127, which is 128 numbers, and half of that is 64, and I want it to be at 50 because I find that 50 seems to be like a happy medium blend level for both your dry and your affected level. So 64 is 50 halfway. I'll turn the delay thing off. So that sounds like... So to give you an example, if I turn my direct level all the way down, nothing on the guitar. That's pretty cool, yeah? Now you could do it just like that and it would be absolutely fine, but I really like it when you bring in some extra ambience, and I thought that would be really cool to add in the delay, which is what I did. So to turn it back on, come into here. This time I selected obviously the master delay because that's the one I wanted to come on and off. It's a ping pong delay. The target is going to be on and off. The minimum is off, maximum is on. So minimum is the bottom, maximum is the top. Expression pedal number 1, momentary, and I didn't adjust anything else there. That was just assigned, and hopefully you can see it on this little iPad camera there, that light comes on and off, turning it on, turning it off. So that's a really simple way that you can utilize the expression pedal and blend in your effects. Now this would just work easily and seamlessly with the GT-1000. You just assign to the expression pedal the exact same way that we did here. Obviously with the core, you do need a separate pedal. If you're enjoying the videos, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you'd like to directly support the channel, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee page set up, and all the funds in there are going to go towards the channel and help me bring you guys some better videos in the future. I also have some patches available for the GT-1000, the Katana, and Head Rush, and I have more coming along the way. You can check all those links down the bottom. As you can see on my board there, I have the Morningstar MC8 MIDI controller to control all of this crap here. But here is how you would map a program change to a button on either your GT-1000 or your GT-1000 core to change patches on your SY-200. As you can see just here, I've mapped a PC number to that one. Going to edit. This time, same thing, you want to press MIDI, which is all the way down the bottom. This time, of course, press program change. Now, program change is basically a patch change. Now, the source on my GT-1000 core, I'm going to make that the middle button, which is also my master delay. So I'll just leave that as it is there. When you do this option, it blocks out whether it is toggle or momentary, so you don't need to worry about that one. Page 2, I did nothing. And then, of course, this is where the magic happens again. MIDI channel number 10, that's just the way I've set my SY-200. Yours will be whatever you set yours to. Now, it is a program change. So this time I want it to change to program or patch number 48. Now that matches perfectly when we do these ones, so that's brilliant. Bank, MSB, LSB, don't worry about that stuff for now. That's a cool one, I like that. But if I press this button, it's gone back now to second pad. Awesome. So let's just change it and do a different patch. Come here, we'll go patch number 1. So now, rather than it being my pad, I press that. That was a saw lead, not like a cut and an ouchie lead, like a saw. So there are, of course, so many different ways that you can do this. You can map that to not just the delay, you can map it to distortion, you can map it to your reverbs, you can map it to any of those kinds of things. Now I did it to the delay because I wanted those trails to spill over. Same thing happens with the reverb. I've tested that, it works great. These MIDI control numbers will not only work with the SY-200, but they'll also work with all of your other MIDI controlled pedals, such as the Big Sky, the Black Hole, or even my Morningstar, the MIDI controlled switcher there. If you don't have the big switcher, you can control it from your little GT-1000 or GT-1000 core. So there we go, that is a cool little tip for you. MIDI doesn't have to be confusing. I mean, it is. But once you wrap your head around it, you can utilize these sorts of things and really use it to your advantage and get some really cool ideas and some cool sounds. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. See you next time.